Welcome back to another episode of Shashed Kain Olnen Musical, The Beautiful Sounds of Poets. It has just turned 3 years since we embarked on our quest to bring music to this bloody coast. And we have some new animals. Particularly some stray rhinoceroses that wandered into the map. And I have some big plans for these creatures. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. Well, we just had our first disagreement with the elves. You truly despise life, don't you? I am beside myself with grief. Perhaps we will show you how they suffered. Saravi is unwilling to trade. I don't know what we gave them. Oh, crap. Gave them a bunch of mugs. Maybe one of them was decorated with... Oh, here it is. It's probably this pond turtle shell earring. Yeah, that might do it. Okay, well... You know what? They didn't even have anything cool anyway. They had giant wrens and giant magpies and a mule. Who cares? Like, we don't need you. We don't need the frickin' elves. Oh, and if you notice here, got this nice patch of muddy, sparse floor fungus. Huh. Well, that's because if you look over here in our drainage area for our water trap, we have struck the first cavern layer. It's very deep underground, 47 Z levels underground, which is like incredibly deep for the first cavern layer, but you know. But anyway, yeah, so now we'll finally get moss growing in our little like garden area, and we can finally move the animals down under here. Honestly though, screw the elves. I mean, their instruments honestly suck anyway. Can't hold a tune to a fine dwarven or crap, even a human instrument. Elven instruments, who needs them? We don't even need their animals. We have giant tortoises, frickin' rhinos, worms and roaches. Who needs them? I don't need them. Guess what? You know, if they've tried to pull that stuff again, we got something in plan for you fucking tree huggers next time you show up. Badger Thrower has been possessed. Has claimed a Craftsworks workshop, and he looks like he's on his way to go grab some crafting supplies. I'll let you know what he makes. It appears that he wants some metal bars, which is going to be a kind of a problem considering we don't have a metalsmith's workshop set up yet, but I think we can get her done. Okay, so what we're going to do is smelt up some platinum ore and gold ore. We have both on this map, so that's going to be pretty good. I don't know if he's going to use both of them, but I mean, better give him the option. Badger Thrower. Azlang Kogan, Fisher Dwarf, has created Uvu Feneth Teth, a Kalonite figurine of Ingus Ring Price. He claims it as a family heirloom. Let's go check that out. Where are you, Badger Thrower? There you are. I shall name you Shred. Shreds Silk. That was very satisfying. I actually like that name. That's a good one. This is a Kalonite figurine of Ingus Ring Price. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. The item is a masterfully designed image of Ingus Ring Price, the dwarf and dwarves, and Kalonite by Badger Thrower, Azlang Kogan. Ingesh Ring Price is surrounded by the dwarfs. Artwork relates to the Ascension of the dwarf English ring price to the position of Queen of the Rocks of Incidents in 108. It is studded with platinum and encircled with bands of oval kalonite cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of aventurine. On this item is an image of Toulon Banner Seer, the dwarf and vulture bone. Huh. Oh my god, look at that price too. That's a pretty good one. For being a figurine. Tell you what, I'll go hop into Legends mode and I'll go look up who Toulon and English ring price are. See if they've done anything interesting. So I actually did do some digging in Legends mode, and it turns out that Toulon was the king right before English ring price became queen, and they both died at the hands of goblins. So maybe Toulon's watching over the new queen, providing some guidance to her in the afterlife. I don't know. But yeah, pretty good artifact. Pretty good artifact. We just traded with the humans. We sold them a bunch of our bones crossbows, but you know, I'm not too worried about it because, you know, bones are a renewable resource, so we can always get more back. And look at this, we started putting down tables and thrones in our little tavern area. We also got some rooms mined out. I'm thinking of just having rooms on the sides of all our little sea levels down, and you know, have a few above ground houses as well and stuff. Eventually I would like to get rid of all these multiple living complexes, but you know, future stuff. And I'd also like to show you this. This is going to be our it looks kind of confusing now, but each one of these little rooms is going to be either a temple or a guild hall. And yeah, our dwarves are also still working out on channeling out our drainage ditch, and also still working on getting this mined out, which for some reason is taking forever. I don't know why. So I was just setting up our guild halls and temples, and the amethyst of monkey. I don't know, I just picture a monkey holding a gems, holding an amethyst god. We just had another dwarf go into a strange mood. Nifty. Particularly secretive. I'll let you know what he makes, or if there's any problems that come with his artifact. Nifty has created Lie Bad-Assed. Lie Bad-Assed. Lie Bad-Assed. A malachite armor stand. He offers it to the sound of toes. Okay, what is that in English? You must... No, wrong person. I shall name you Praised Saber. Okay, I mean, another good name, Praised Saber. Lie Bad-Assed. This is a malachite armor stand. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. This object is adorned with hanging rings of mule bone and menaces with spikes of malachite and hematite. You know, pretty simple when you get down to it, but I mean, malachite is a nice shade of green. I really like it, and you know, I mean, we'll definitely put it in our barracks when we eventually get one. I'm thinking of having March dwarves, since we have that legendary Boyer. And I don't know if you can make ammo for blowguns, but if we can, I definitely want to have some blowgunners too. You know, use Dast for. Okay, so we have another guild hall. This one's a brewer guild hall. I figured it was, you know, fit with the theme of a tavern fortress. The roomy thimbles. Let's go to the Ruby Thimbles, discuss some drink. Well, look what we caught. in our cage. A giant rat. She is weak, her hair is black, her skin is dark brown, her eyes are black. A gigantic rodent found underground. And now there's only one place this little rat, or I should say big rat, came from. And that's the caverns. And I noticed when we were like channeling it out, some channels got formed somehow. I don't exactly know how. But yeah, a rat must have come up here and scampered all the way up to our fortress and ended up in a cage. Kind of horrifying, knowing that any horrible creature could come out of the caverns. Luckily, it's just the first cavern layer, so it shouldn't be too deadly, but come on, dwarves, let's get this all done and over with, so we don't have to worry about, like, troglodytes coming up and murdering us all. And, oh my god. Saxul terrorist Karar. Merit deserves a reward, and I have come empowered to establish this colony as an official land of our realm. Can you imagine the trade wagons? Of course, there are responsibilities, and the nobility must live well. Do you have anyone suitable to recommend for elevation? Yes, we do. To a barony already? It's only been 3 years. Jeez. Okay, let me find the right person for this. I'm gonna have to go with Ast, our expedition leader. I think they've been doing a fine job so far, and you know, I think she'd recommend herself. Cause I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good dwarves here, like Vulture and Gunner, but you know, they're not the leaders though. So Ast. Okay. Now this is odd. There's grass growing down here, even though it's underground? Okay, I thought only like fungus could grow underground, but apparently grass can too now. I don't recall ever seeing that before. Okay, so what we have here is our temporary baroness. Bedroom, study, kitchen, and then tomb. And it's temporary, because eventually I want to build like a big something out here that goes into the ocean, and that will be her room and tomb and all that stuff. But that's gonna take forever, so you know, we built this as like a little temporary solution. So I'm just looking at some of the instruments we bought from the dwarves when they came by, and this is a green glass thrimes. The drum is made from green glass, the head is made from reindeer leather. The thrimes is a large stationary percussion instrument. It consists of an hourglass drum with a leather head. The musician strikes the head. The instrument produces a complex sound that cannot be said to be of a single pitch. The instrument has an eerie, wavering, dark timbre. What an interesting instrument. I've never seen that where it doesn't have a single, like, any pitch. So yeah, it's literally just, I don't know, a glass block someone found and you hit it with a hammer and it makes music somehow. Okay. Ordeb, Ethramj, Sheshad, Matol, Ozol, drink eaters to write musical dance of singing. I just realized we didn't actually make our tavern down here an actual tavern, so I just decided to do that. But for right now, we're just gonna allow I don't know, we might allow all visitors welcome just for a little bit, but I think in the long run we're probably just gonna turn it down to citizens and long-term residents only until we have like everything set up for them. You know, you don't really want to like show it off right now because it's not done yet. It's not done. We're still putting down tables, so we don't want them to come see what it looks like when it's unfinished. We're also working out on smoothness. We got asked is room's all finished, and the human blood pile grows ever nearer into our tavern. So making like a cool kind of like, you know, rock on shape kind of. I don't know if I'm just going insane, but yeah. Spore funk is taking forever to grow. I thought it would be much faster, but it's not. We haven't had anything go on in the caverns. There's a couple more giant rats, but they just wound up in cages and we ate them. But yeah, like literally nothing besides giant rats have shown up down here, so it's been pretty boring. And there's been like the occasional honey badger attack too, but again, nothing that much. Nothing much. You have disrespected the trees in this area, but this is what we have come to expect from your stunted kind. Further abuse cannot be tolerated. Let this be a warning to you. Really? Over a bunch of trees? Look, elf. The trees grow. Look at this. We're just supposed to leave the tree there. It's growing in our. It's growing in our entrance. We have every right to cut it down. Look, I don't want to start a war with you. I don't want any trouble with you, but I'd love it for you to visit our taverns, but we need to cut down trees. They grow back like weeds. God, stupid elves, yeah. Go on your way. Golden Nishimal Sal has created a Kadan Zak Ghoul, a honey badger bone buckler. Not a shield, so it's not that good. However, it is an artifact. And you know, I think that adds for something, because shields are always better than bucklers, but you know, we'll use it. This is a honey badger bone buckler. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. This object is adorned with hanging rings of honey badger bone. On the item is an image of Squidglumness, the grizzly bear, and dwarves and voracious cave crawler leather. Squidglumness is surrounded by the dwarves. Artwork relates to the rise of the grizzly bear. Squidglumness as an enemy of the Rock of Incense in the late summer of 125 during the 8th Grizzly Bear Rampage in Yearling Metal. Squidglumness? Okay, what an odd event to add to your artifact. Squidglumness, the bear. Okay. I actually managed to trade with the elves this time without them throwing a whole hissy fit about them sending animal parts. My God. What pisses me off the most is that they just said, don't chop down any more trees. They didn't give us an agreement like, hey, limit your tree cutting to this amount, you know? We would have honored that, because we want the elves to come to our tavern. We buy their instruments, yeah. You don't want to deny customers coming to our establishment. That's stupid. We want to squeeze all those elves are good for, you know? But they just said, hey, don't cut down any more trees and give us, like, no number. They just expect us to halt all production. No, if they think we're going to do that, that's insane. Like, we need to build structures, and trees are in the way. So it's going to get chopped down. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so I want you to picture a giant tortoise without a shell. How is this thing even alive? Like, the shell is, like, fused to their body. How the hell is this thing alive? Oh no, my God, it has a copper bolt stuck in its lower body. Yeah, that's Honestly, I don't think it will survive for much longer. Jesus. Oh, and her guts are broken. Dodak Bimbicor has created Ostat Ith Tomin Vath Sith Gadon, a Kara Imbola wood ring. She offers it to the sounds of toes. Interesting. I shall name you Steam Groot, the square honesty. Okay, the first artifact with a sucky name, that one's Ostath Tomem Vath Sith Gadon. Ostath Tomen Vath Sith Gadon. This is a Karambala wood ring. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of Karambala wood and wombat leather. On the item is an image of Kubuk Gearmind, the dwarf and cave spider silk. And you may be wondering, who's Kubuk Gearmind? Well, she was a dwarf, born in the year 8, died in the year 92, slain by a pheasant demon. And her body was added to a mass to form a giant statue composed of refuse and other dead bodies. Yeah, I went into Legends mode and that's what it said. It was pretty insane. Anyways, besides that, it's a pretty lame artifact. Okay, so Erdem over here is the first dwarf to eat in our new tavern, and yeah, he's having a little bit of difficulty with it. You know, try to find a spot to sit down. You know, there's too many options, I guess, for him. Like, just pick a spot and eat. I hope he's not eating a raw pond turtle. And he's crying now, cause Erdem, just pick a chair. Just pick a chair at a table. Is he gonna starve to death? I need some more excitement in my life. Is this your okay, well, maybe you'd get more excitement if, like, you didn't, I don't know, walk around tables for like 30 years. Oh my god. No, there he goes. Now he's just doing. Okay, well, I'll let you know if he starves to death in a tavern full of food and drinks. Yeah, so for whatever reason, our Baroness keeps wanting us to make spears. Despite us being a tavern fortress, this area is surprisingly rich in metal, so we've just been making a bunch of iron spears. And I think eventually we will just put them in our trap hall over here. Because we're not going to use them for weapons. We're going to use crossbows if we ever even do end up having like a military squad, which I don't think is going to happen. In other news, I added some bedrooms down here, and then this is going to be our library with a nice little. I want another like a little river and pond in here, because you know the water's going to help the books, you know, be moist, because that's what you want in a library. You want it to be like misty and like damp. All the good libraries are damp, so that's what we're gonna have. Okay, so we just had another strange mood. This one by Id Usandagil, a dwarven child. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how a dwarven child makes an artifact. Id has created Enen Atas, a bituminous coal mug. He offers it to the sound of toes. I shall name you the Ale of Radiances. That was very satisfying. Okay, I like that name. That's a good name. Good name. Let's go see what this looks like. 7,000. Respectable, especially for a child. This is a bituminous coal mug. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with pear cup pyrites and decorated with a giant chipmunk leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of bituminous coal and menaces of spikes of coal, iron, and morion. On this item is an image of mongoose men and coal. Huh. It's kind of hard to imagine how you drink out of something so spiky, but do you like mongoose men? No, so I don't know why you'd put mongoose men on there, but good artifact. We'll put it in the tavern, and you know it's a mug, which kind of fits with the aesthetic of our tavern fortress. Forgotten Beast, Leto Ozpli Kako. Leto Ozpli Kako Omsauce Ramcal has come. A great feathered ape. It has large mandibles and it undulates rhythmically. Its azure feathers are long and sparse. Beware its poisonous vapors. Okay, so first Forgotten Beast. Luckily it's stuck down here in the caverns. It can't get into our fortress. But, you know, it's not nice to just have it roaming around. Okay, and it has killed a couple things too. I mean, poisonous vapors, yeah, that's kind of bad. Depending on it, but you know, this is also the first time I've ever seen ape beast before, which is actually pretty cool. Leto Shocked Coastal, the Umbral Lash. It doesn't stick with things, even if minor difficulties arise. So maybe once it sees it can't get into our fortress, it'll just leave. Anyways, before we got rudely interrupted by that whole ape, we just put water in our little library pond. We already had one worth reading this book. One-page essay entitled The Town and Glory, authored by Aryuzin. It concerns the start as a clothier of the human blue irons in Shio typhoons in 103. The writing has a very serious tone. Okay, so it's literally just a one-page essay that for some reason is entitled. Okay, so that's not a great book, but you know, hopefully, I think we're gonna start trying to buy more books. But yeah, we still got to put a few tables and stuff in, but yeah, it's pretty much done. This is where the water comes in from this. It actually took about almost all of the reserved in here. Of course, we can just always let the fucking river back in if you want to fill it, but I might just keep it empty for now because we don't really have a purpose to fill anything back up. Look who came on back. Lafo Raim Ula, the elven diplomat, here to come tell us to not cut down any more trees again. Makes me sick. We elves are partial to, in particular, to the trees in the forest surrounding your lands, although we are loath to spare a single branch to your senseless slaughter. We are willing to ask that you cap your tree falls at 25 until we next meet. I will try to return next year as I am able. Yes, we will grant this request. 25 trees. God. A low ball offer too. 25 trees. If a tree grows in here, we are gonna have to cut it down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, buddy. So don't get your leaves in a twist. I don't know. Iden Astel Deleth, stonecutter, has created a Muzgatid, another coal earring. He claims it as a personal treasure. A lot of coal artifacts this episode. The fungus of uttering. Okay, okay. The fungus of uttering. I like that name. This is the bituminous coal earring. All craft strip is of the highest quality. Is encrusted with round galena cabochons and encircled with bands of rectangular coal cabochons. Absolutely boring. Cool name, but boring artifact. Vukar Flesh Handle has gotten a strange mood. Yes. Okay, I'm really excited about this one. Gem shining, tree life. I think she has everything. So far, giant chipmunk bone and vulture bone. Interesting. Oh, and then other news. That, big feathery ape still roaming around the caverns. It's killed a whole bunch of stuff. Like, for like 5 years, there are no animals in the caverns at all. And then apparently, as soon as the ape showed up, all the other creatures decided, hey, yeah, this seems like a good spot to come party. Yeah, it's just been killing creatures down here. I can't get into the fortress still. And I'd also like to show you this. A little work in progress of our arena. Look at this. Okay, so it's gonna go down here. We're gonna have a little edge. I'm thinking of having some water here too, and then have a little pit, and then build like little huts or like scaffolding. Get them, add some variation to the terrain. That's always fun. I don't know who we're gonna have fight in the arena. We have rhinos, but we don't have anything for them to fight against. I don't know. Okay, so there's been a slight little, problem with Vukar's artifact. I was looking at it, and apparently she likes bismuth. And we have a little bit of bismuthine on the map. Not a whole lot, but so we're hoping to mine that out before she goes insane. I've never made bismuth bronze or bismuth anything before, so hopefully she doesn't go insane. But yep, here we have it. Moma's is gonna go smelt this bismuth ore. She's been kind of in an insane mood for quite a while, so hurry up and please smelt that ore. In other news, we're kind of in like a break period right now, but we're still doing a little bit of work on our arena. We're gonna have like this. I'm thinking making it like a 2-story kind of like ruin. This is gonna be like filled with water. Maybe put like a bridge across it or something. This will be a pit. And then another cool thing is we're gonna have like these little underground walkways going from the house to this random part of the arena, and then going into this little area. And then here I plan to like smooth this out and make it so that if there's any archers, they can maybe like shoot through here. I know that's never gonna happen in Dwarf Fortress, but a man can dream. But yeah, other than that, I think I might just put like a few like random little pillars and stuff in here. You know, add some variety to the floor. Ooh, fast. Stricken by melancholy. Yeah, we didn't smelt the bismuth in time, and she kinda went, you know, a little insane. Oh my god. Okay, well. And it's Vulture's wife, and they have a child. That's not good at all. That's just not good. Oh. Well, there ain't much we can do besides get a grave ready. Sorry about that. Maybe next time, you know, don't request bismuth. A metal that we had to, like... Oh my god. Okay, well, I'll go prepare a grave for her. I don't know where to put it. Fuck. And now would you look at this. Our first, like, musical performance, which... It's taken, you know, about 5 years or so, but, you know, can't rush things. So yeah, we have a Doran chanting, Cybrek simulating a Nero, and to simulate a Reedy, and another chanter. I'm surprised we don't have those instruments, considering just how many we have. Okay, so is that the theme? Okay, so they're doing the abysmal circle and bushels is an example of the chartreuse bells. Our work has no particular subject. Overall, the composition is masterful. Is a form of music used for entertainment, originating from the shin of inks. Huh, okay. So it's just like a song for entertainment. I guess it doesn't have any, like, meaning. I have no idea what any of this means, by the way. But it's from the shin of inks. Which, okay. That's not our civilization. Actually, I think that civilization is... Yeah, so that song originates from the Elven population we're at war with, down here in the south. Huh. Speaking of that. Huh. So I don't know why we'd sing it if it's from a civilization we're at war with, but... Also, is our civilization expanding? I think it might be. Okay, well this is just sad. Zolban is playing in his mother's soon-to-be tomb. Oh, no. Yeah, his mother isn't doing too hot. She's starving, dehydrated, and drowsy. I don't think she has long for this world. Fun. I love Dwarf Fortress. Vukar, flesh handle, has been found dead. Dehydrated. Oh, we'll get a slab engraved. Put her in her tomb. Right next to her husband's bedroom. Oh, he's playing make-believe in it. Oh, has this affected you at all? Oh. I'm sure it hasn't affected Vulture. Oh no, he doesn't feel anything after the unexpected death of someone. Huh. Okay. Huh. Well, my wife died. Anyway, back to work. Oh my god. That's a real dwarf right there. Oop, wife died. I better drink extra hard tonight. And it's pretty much as soon as Wukar dies, another dwarf gets a strange mood. This one's Solon. Nisudusim. Hopefully you don't die this time, you know? Okay, so he didn't die when making this artifact. Solon Nisudusim has created Nanges Amem, a coal nentuk. I think that's an instrument. He offers it to the sounds of toes. Okay, I said I was gonna put it in her bedroom, but it's an instrument. And I think it would be really good in her, and you know, it doesn't fit in her, you know, tomb. Her whole, okay, tomb. Putting an instrument in a tomb, no, it just doesn't make much sense. If we have like another, like a ring or something, you know, we'll put it in her tomb. Or if one of her family members make a tomb, yeah, but not an instrument. The next artifact, and you can count on that. Oh, so I shall name you Bean Curled. Yes, Nen Gessi Mem. This is a coal nentuk. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is studded with iron and encircled with bands of rectangular coal cabochons, rectangular gypsum cabochons, and octagon cut gray chalcedones. This object menaces with spikes of hematite. The nentuk is a large handheld looping metal horn. Oh, sweet. So I think it's like one of those like bugle horns where it like does a bunch of circles. The musician blows into the instrument and selects a pitch by adjusting a slide. The instrument has a 3-octave range going from very low to middle pitch. Okay. The instrument has a sharp, quavering timbre. It has 2 registers. The low register has a strong, strident timbre. The high register begins at a low pitch. That's fucking awesome. That's okay. That's probably my favorite artifact so far. Bean curl. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. And I don't think we've ever seen a Nantuck before either. So that's a new one. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys this. That Forgotten Beast that showed up a little while ago. Look, it has, okay, so first of all, it has 250 kills. But look at its body. Okay, so it's damaged here. It's got a couple broken foot, like toes and stuff. But look at, I just want you to look at how many scars this thing has. Like, I honestly don't think there's a single bit of, like, flesh on this ape that isn't scarred. Like, oh my god. Its mandibles are scarred. Like, yeah. So, oh yeah, and if you got, yeah, he's just been murdering stuff all over the caverns. I haven't really been showing it, but yeah. For some reason, him showing up really livened up the caverns and also deadened up the caverns. So. Also, I'm just glad that we, you know, didn't have another dwarf die to a strange mood. Also, these tortoises have been on the map for like friggin' like 2 years now. Kinda hoping they'd leave so we can get some new animals. Also, this right here, this little trap hole, for some unknown reason has been taking my dwarves like 5 billion years to build. Like, I think I set this up in like episode 2 or something. And nope, they're still not working on it. Okay, so anyway, looking in Legends mode, at Leto, the big old ape underground. So, and it became the enemy of the Note of Relief. An enemy of the Fortress Domain devoured a couple alpacas, ate a couple dwarves and stuff. Yeah, so, which is interesting because most of the like Forgotten Beasts you see in Dwarf Fortress, they like just wander around the caves and they haven't done anything. But yeah, this one attacked apparently last priced for in 145 and then did nothing for like 60 years. And then in 200 it decided, hey, I'll come back. Yeah, so apparently before it got into the fort, it had 29 notable kills. 37 other kills. So he's got most of his kills in our fortress, which I don't know if that's something to be proud of. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it here. And I think it was been a good episode. We got a lot done. See ya next time.